Oh my gosh, how weird is that? Why did she turn into Elsa? Hello my beautiful little Peacherinos and welcome back to a brand new video. A video to start off your week. I hope you're gonna have an awesome one. This video is gonna kick off the awesomeness for you guys. So, sometimes you guys will suggest stuff in the comments that I look at it and I'm like, you know what? I can make a great video out of that. And this is one of those videos. So one thing you guys often say is, imagine if these Sims that never actually got together had gotten together. I wonder what their babies would look like. And I'm like, ding, ding, ding. I also wonder the same thing. So one of the Sims that you suggested, for example, would have been James. Imagine if James had ended up with Diya instead of Selma. He was kind of vying between the two of them. Ended up going with little Selma Rooney. I'm very glad he did. But imagine if instead it had been Diya that had won his heart. What would their children look like? And say, for example, Abel. Abel is a straight Sim, but a lot of you guys have imagined that if he ended up as a very beautiful, beautiful Sim with somebody as beautiful as Delagracie's Akira, who I also have in my game now, what would their children look like? Like, these things that are never actually going to happen in The Sims, but we can kind of imagine them just for one episode, just for one little video. What would these babies look like? And I love making Sims, and I love hypotheticals, so this sounds like a lot of fun to me. So, I have 8 Sims with me now. We are gonna pair them off, and we are gonna create some could-have-been babies. Could-have-been babies. If you guys also have Sims in your series that could have been but weren't, I say in your series, just in your games, if you're making them, playing them at home on your own, please do something similar to this and tweet me pictures of your little Similies. Or if there's any other Sims in my series that you wish had gotten together but never did, let me know and maybe we can do something similar with them. So, let me talk you through the Sims that I have. So, first of all, I have Jay Jones. Jay Jones, who was Emma's first boyfriend after Max. Max and her were kind of like childhood sort of romance, but you know, what would have happened if Emma and Max had never ever met each other? And instead, she would have gone ahead and had her first daughter as not being Lilith with Max, but instead, being with Jay Jones. What would that child have looked like? So we will be mixing the genes of Jay and Emma for the child that could have been. Now, the one that I mentioned earlier, which I really, really wanted to do, was James and Diya and see what their child could have looked like. However, whilst I have a young James in my gallery that I could have used, I don't have a Diya. And I've searched, I've tried to like bring her back from the dead just to grab that genetic material. And unfortunately, I can't do. But I can do the next best thing because we have Connor, who, although he definitely has some of Selma's sort of skin tone, he is definitely, his face is absolute pure James. Pure James, which is a big handful of Claire's genes, I would say, was in James's features. And all of those have been passed on to Connor. So Connor, I think, is a great Sim to do this with. Charlie Rose, very much Selma, but Connor, very much James or Claire. And Macy is the other one that we can use, because unfortunately we don't have Diya, but Macy's face, if you guys remember how Diya's face looked, she was literally the absolute spitting image of Macy. So I think we can definitely go ahead and make a little could-have-been child there as well. And then, of course, we have the mix that we're just doing for those pure, beautiful children. We have Abel and Akira. Oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. They are literally probably the most attractive Sims I've ever seen in any kind of Sims game. We've got Abel, who's a beautiful mix of Swedish and Spanish, and we've got Akira, who I'm guessing, I don't actually know enough about his heritage. I feel really bad. Delagracie would know, but he's definitely got some pretty heavy Asian features in him there. A beautiful mix. Whatever cooking pot he was made in, Keanu Reeves had been previously made as a dish in that pot. And then another one that we have is, unfortunately, Lily Bear recently broke it off with little Ryland before any babies could come out of the mix. And I'm also kind of leaning on the idea that I just don't really feel like Lilith's gonna have children. I just don't feel like she is. However, what would it have looked like if her and Ryland had have had a baby together? I've also gone back to her like pinky hair for this, because that is the hair that she had when she first initially met little Ryland. So we're gonna be mixing their genes together as well. So hopefully you guys like the selection that I've got. I'm sorry with these two, it's a little bit weird and it's not quite right, but it's the best I can do. And it is the OG, what could have been kind of children. So I had to include them. So hopefully you guys are gonna like this. If you are, please give a little cheeky thumbs up. Let me know any of the Sims that you want me to do this with. The one condition is you can't just pick like Ali and Lilith. Like, one, because that's really weird, but two, there has to have been some kind of missed chance, missed opportunity for this to be a thing. So that's what I want to see. I want to see Sims that could have been. And all of these Sims could have been. So I think that's the right way to do it. So because I can only have 8 Sims in CAS at once, I'm going to be kicking a few of these guys off. I think I'll kick off for now the beauty mix of Abel and Akira. Don't worry, I'm still going to do them. I'm just going to do them in the second half of the video. And I think I'll also kick off Lilith and Ryland. I think the one that I'm going to start with is actually going to be Emma and Jay. And because Lilith is obviously Emma's first child and she's a girl, I am going to make a daughter for this little duo. So let's go ahead and play with genetics and let's create a child of Emma and Jay who will be a female girl. And I'm kind of tempted just to go with the first one that comes up. And then from that point, we will do a little bit of tweaking from there. So this is going to be the child that comes up when we mix the two of them. And I think instead of calling her Lilith, I'm going to call her Lily. So she's similar, but different. Because Max, the reason I call Lilith Lilith is because Lilith has a lot of connotations. I think it originally came from the Bible, of being almost like a bringer of destruction and the end of worlds type thing. It's a very demonic kind of name, which was the reason I picked that is because we knew Lilith was going to be the kind of sim that walked a very thin line between good and evil, but ultimately she overcame that and she is a good sim. But she had Max's evilness in her DNA. This sim won't have any of that because for all Jay's faults, he never had the evil traits. So we will go ahead and make her as a child. Oh my gosh, J.I. alert. J.I. alert right there. But for me in The Sims, when you make a toddler or a child, actually, you know what? I'm going to make her as a toddler. Do her as a toddler first, and then I'll make her a teenager because I kind of feel like Sims don't really get the look of how they're going to look as an adult until they become a teen. Like my children and my adults look so vastly different. So let's start off with what this little Bambarino would have looked like as a wee baby. Now Lilith got that Max, it's like a trait that he gives all of his children. Everyone in his direct line has like those really cool pink eyes, but Jay doesn't have those eyes. So we've got Emma with blue eyes, and we've got Jay with these kind of greeny blue eyes. So I think any child of theirs is gonna have greeny blue eyes. In fact, the game has agreed with me and given them it. I'm gonna actually go ahead and change that slightly though, because I'm not a huge fan of the eyes it's given me there, as you guys well know. So I'm gonna carry across blue eyes over. I think that's probably the best way to do it. And I don't really want to go for like the really bright ones because neither of the parents have that. So I'm gonna go for these ones instead. Let's give us some pretty little eyelashes. And then Lilith's hair. So Lily Bear's hair was amazing, actually. Now, Lilith had this hair. I think she more or less had that exact hair because she's got some of Emma's blonde hair, but then Max just seems to have some pink gene, doesn't he? In fact, has this child got lipstick on? Take that lipstick off, child. But what about if she'd had a baby with Jay? Jay's kind of got this sort of reddish, brownish sort of hair. Maybe that would have been carried over instead. So instead we could have ended up with, I don't know, this sort of a hair on a baby. Oh wow, she's already kind of a lot sort of sweeter looking than a young Lilith, but I kind of loved young Lilith, you guys. I'm not even gonna lie. Okay, I think I might go for this hair because it's going to blonde, but it's mainly Jay's red. So I think that's like a nice mix. And then both Jay and Emma have like, I would say like a very sort of casual sort of dress. So I think their little toddler Runa would have been just the same. Oh my gosh. She is actually super, super cute. So here is how mini Jay and Emma would have looked as a toddler. But toddler's not really giving much away. Like, that's not really telling me how she would have actually looked when she'd grown up to Lilith's age. So let's go ahead and see how she would have looked as a teenager. Kapow!
Whoa, wadaba.
Oh my gosh, she's got a really low voice. Okay. So this is the kind of face it's given me. It's kind of completely changed her eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop those eyes back on. I'm even kind of tempted to give her like the mega eyes that Emma has, like these kind of eyes. I think that's a pretty good shout. And she looks so funny. I think Adriana is the skin details that Emma uses. I think I'd go for the same one. Wow, she's sort of weird looking, isn't she? She's definitely no Lily Bear. I'm gonna put it out there and just say it. She ain't no Lila Barino. Oh, look how weird her side profile is as well. It's not weird. It's just so different because it looks so different to how Lily Bear would have looked. And like, I don't really want to even give her like Lilith's hair. I think she would have had her hair sort of different to that. Oh, You know, she weirdly looks like Elsa. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, how weird is that? Why does she turn into Elsa? That's messed up. Considering the fact that they literally don't share any genes with Elsa, and Emma and Elsa sort of fought over the same man. That to me is super, super weird. I can't give her that hair because that's really freaking me out. I think this kind of hair is, I don't know why in my head, but it looks like the kind of hair a daughter of these two would have had. She's got a male's voice for some reason. I'm gonna give her a girl's voice because I don't know why she's got such a guyish voice. Switch up her eyebrows a little bit as well. She is still pretty, but she ain't no lolly bear. Pop just a little touch of makeup and whatnot on her. That's kind of suiting her, isn't it? The eye shape is super weird. Like, she has got Jay's eyes, and Jay's eye shape is quite strange. And she's definitely inherited that. She's also got his nose, which I've got to say looks a lot better on a boy than a girl. Oh man, she's so unusual. She's nothing like our little Lily bear. And I also think like Lilith has a little bit of a dark sort of a dress sense because she's dark and twisty. Look at me scratching my chest, making it go all red. She's dark and twisty, and I kind of love that about her. But that's because of the life she's had. This girl here has literally no reason at all. Lily has no reason to be dark and twisty. So I think she'd be a lot more like, I don't know, sort of preppy, like less craziness about her. Here is my version of how a child between Emma and Jay would have worked out. None of the dark and twistiness of Lilith. A girl that would have had nowhere near the trials and tribulations that poor little Lilith had to endure. But you know what? Those are the things that have made Lilith who she is. And that's why she's better, okay? That's why in my head at least, she's a better sim because of it. She's never gonna be a Lily Jones. She will always be a Lilith Villarreal. But here is what could have been, guys. Here is how she could have looked. Let me know what you guys think. If you think that's kind of along the lines that you would have expected it to go. If these guys that have had a relationship together, I don't think it would have been a very happy or very long-lived relationship. Just saying. There's always a max around. Okay, so our next one is one that is a little bit harder because this is one that would never could have been because I can't get Diya back from the dead. But we're gonna use the genetic makeup of Connor and Macy to make what a child between James and Diya would have looked like. Which means making a baby between Macy and Connor. And since James and Salma obviously had Charlie Rose first, we will also do this little Bambarino as a little girl, because this is like reimagining a Charlie Rose, I guess. So instead of a Charlie Rose or a Charlotte Rose, we're gonna go for a Chloe Daisy. A Chloe little Daisy. See, I've kept like the flower name in the middle and the C name at the front. You guys can kind of see where I'm going for. And James had brown hair, and Diya had like blue dyed hair. So I think any baby of theirs is probably not going to have blonde hair. Although James did have blonde hair as a child, which is where Connor got his from. So it's sort of a tough one. I don't really know. I'm going to give it at least... Oh, wow. She looks super different to a Charlie Rose already. Can I just put that out there? I am still going to give her brown hair, I think. I think this is the hair that baby Charlie Rose had. Or is it the hair that baby Noel had? I think it's actually the hair that baby Noel had. That was the hair that baby Charlie Rose had. I might go for this sort of bluey color here, actually. I think that's pretty cool. No, it's gone for pink eyes. I can't really work out where it's got those from. James and Connor, I'm pretty sure, has blue eyes. Yes, he does. And this one has also blue eyes. So I don't think their baby is gonna have pink eyes. I'm just putting it out there. What color eyes did Diya have? Ooh. Let me see if I can find out. I've literally got the video where Diya returned. She's got kind of greeny gray sort of eyes. So this pink is making literally no sense. So I think I'm gonna go for the blue eyes that little Macy got, because that kind of makes sense as to what will be passed along. Although because James's eyes are a little darker, I think I'll darken hers down just a little touch like this. Now, one of the original reasons I actually brought back little Diya is because I was gonna see if there was gonna be a storyline we could have done for her to have an affair with James. James was literally such a good sim that they never even got close. Like literally, they never even got close. It wasn't even something we ever could have made into a storyline, which I'm quite glad that's the way it worked out. I'm definitely glad that's the way it worked out. But there you go, guys. There is the inside scoop as to why Diya returned. She wanted to go back and try and get that James in her life, that high quality James relationship. And Diya, like Salma, quite liked to be quite dressy. I wouldn't say she was quite the high level of input that Salma had. Salma's like literally gold when it comes to glamour. But I feel like any child of Diya's would still have been quite a well-dressed little child. So I think we kind of dress the toddler version of her appropriately for this sort of dress sense. So there we go. I think I might just change her dum-dum to a little pink one as well, just to sort of match baby cake, a little baby cake dum-dum. So this would have been instead of Charlie Rose. This is what we would have been having instead of a little Charlie Rose. But how would she have looked as a teenager? I mean, she's definitely a pretty cute kid, isn't she? I love the way this hair looks like it sits on the shoulders. Like, I just think that's really nice the way it does that. Okay, let's go ahead and age you up into a teenager.
Goodness, Gofta.
Oh, wow. And it's given you some crazy skin details, which I think we're going to remove. And actually, I'm going to give her, instead of the same skin details as Charlie Rose, I think she would have gotten these skin details, which are actually the skin details from Diya. I'm going to pop her little brow-a-roonies back on and some little lashes back onto her as well. Take that god-awful lipstick off. And let's at least pop some hair onto her. So this is good because she'll end up looking not too much like Macy as long as I give her quite long hair, which I think I will do because Diya had long hair. Charlie Rose had long hair, Noelle had long hair. Basically, there just seems to be some sort of preset for long hair. I don't know. You guys know what I mean. Oh man, that is super mermaid hair. No, why have you all got, I think it's because they're originally girls when I first made them. Boys, sorry. So I'm going to make them a little bit more girly sounding. That hair is actually amazing though. She's cute. You know what? She is actually super cute and I can see a lot of Diya in her. But I was going to try and give her the same hair that Diya originally had. I kind of feel like Diya and Salma had the same hair as well. Oh, that hair looks real pretty on her. I like that a lot. I've not found the hair that I wanted to put on them, but this is kind of a nice in-between. Wait, it was this one. It was this one. That was Diya's hair. That was literally Diya's hair right there. However, I see no reason for her to have the same hair as her mother. Instead, it would be sort of nice for there to be something similar, but not quite, and I think that fits the bill. I'm gonna darken her eyebrows up a little bit though. Let's pop some makeup on her. She's actually super cute, you guys. So far, I've been like preferring the OG versions, and no one can replace Charlie Rose. But I do definitely like the way this girlie looks a lot. And I'm also gonna give her, like Diya had the red lipstick on like this. She's gorgeous. You know what? James has some damn good genes, doesn't he? Because she is beautiful. And I don't think she would have still had that dress sense as a kid where she's not quite got Salma as a mum, but she's still got somebody very stylish as a mum, which was Diya. Like, Diya was pretty stylish, you guys. She was no Salma, but she was still pretty good. If we'd have played as Diya as well, we'd have been like completing her like lifetime achievement awards and stuff. And she would have actually lived a longer life. Just quite sad when you think about it. But this is the dress that Diya wore. It looks cute on her, but it's a little darker. I think she'd wear something a little bit brighter than that. I can get behind that. That looks really cute. I like her a lot. So this is Chloe Daisy, the child that could have been between James and Salma. Let me know what you think of her, but honestly, I like her a lot. I think she is so cute. Just realized I've not put any blusher on her. There we go. That looks cute. A little bit of highlighter on her. And oh my gosh, I actually love her. I actually really like her. I think she's super cute. Oh no, it looks a little bit jokery, doesn't it? I know, I kind of like she's smiley. I can reel them in a little bit. Oh, she's so cute and pretty. Oh, you guys. I love Salma and I would never change history. But I almost kind of wish that James and Diya had one child so I could have a little Chloe Daisy in my life. Because she is so cute. So cute. So far, we've had Lily Jones, who is the could have been child of Jay and Emma. And we've had Chloe Daisy, who is the would-be child of James and Diya. So let's move on to the second half of our little could-have-been challenge with our next 4 Simlerinos. Okay, so next up, we actually have little Lilith and little Ryland. Only split up recently. Probably would have, well, in my head at least, would have had some really cute children. So let's see what kind of children we can make from these 2 little Pukarinos. Because right as it is at the moment, they're probably not going to have a child together. Let's face it. And I'm going to do it as a boy, I think, just because we've done 2 girls before. So let's do this one as a little boy. And we kind of have a little idea about what a Ryland son would have looked like, because you know what? I'm going to go straight in and change the color of the eyes, because I'm going to do lilac eyes like Rai-Rai's, but with Lilith, who's the only one in the family that has it. She has a half red and half pink eye because she's like half good, half bad. They don't have it for children. Oh no, they do have it for children. Okay, so that's the one Lilith has. No, that's the one Lilith has. So with Ryland, it'd be a little bit more purple, so it would be this color eye, which is pretty cool. Also, you guys, you can kind of see why my game bugs me sometimes, because this is Lilith's skin tone here, and this is like Ryland's pale. Ryland is so pale. He's here. Because that's custom content, the game doesn't know how to assign a skin tone. So instead, it's just given him another piece of custom content skin. So it's not really giving him the right skin tone, is it? It's also giving him a little bow in his hair, which is cute. So instead, it should be somewhere between this and this. So I think I'm just gonna go, what's a good one? Lilith, Ryland, baby. I think that's probably a good way to go. Probably about here. So that's why I changed the skin tone, guys, because the game just can't get it right. And they're both super fair-haired, so I think any child of theirs would also have super fair hair. Ryland has the Lula skin as well, and Lilybear's skin. I actually think she might have the same as Emma. Yeah, she's got Emma's skin. Weirdly enough, like, you can't really see much of Emma in Lilith. She's very Maxified. The Max genes are strong, you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and do Lula, I think. Do a little bit of Lula skin there. With some cutesy little eyelashes as well. For the hair, blonde and white are gonna result in some pretty fair hair color, aren't they? Maybe even as fair as that upon birth. And that is literally the exact same hair as Ryland. Which, you know what? I ain't even that mad about. I'm kind of enjoying that. His other child has this hair color as well. So I feel like it's kind of likely that he could have passed on that hair. Ryland has these eyebrows too. But Lilith's got Max's eyebrows. What would the baby have? We can try both of them. So that's Ryland's eyebrows, and where's the Max eyebrow? Maybe it's not available for toddlers. I might have to apply that as he gets older. It's just changed his hair color as well, hasn't it? Okay, I'm actually gonna go for this like super cute, super blonde hair. And let's face it, because the parents are pretty like rocky, I think the child would be as well. Oh my gosh, look at the back of his top. How cool is that? That's a little bit of Rylandum about him. And I actually kind of love these shoes with it too. Oh my gosh. Lily's baby with Ryland would have been such a little dude. Look at him. He's so cool. I actually love him. But how would he look all grown up as a teenager? Let's give it a go, you guys. Kapow.
Flyma.
Oh wow, okay. Oh wow. The Ryland seed has come through strong, you guys. So I'm gonna pop this back on. This male's, oh my gosh, it's Ryland. It's pure Ryland. There's no Lilybear in this child at all. Gonna put his eyes back on. I think because we need to make it a little bit more Lily, I might make some of his other features a little bit more Lilybear. So we can do the Max brow. Okay, so that would be at least a Max eyebrow. Oh my gosh, this kid has no Lilith in it. Or we could go for the Ryland eyebrow, which is this eyebrow here. This one does have more color options, so it's kind of tough. I'll leave it at this for now, and we can change it if we decide to. pop some eyelashes on him, and then what I think I might do is the old Deli trick. Oh no, it looks too big on his eyes. This is what Deli does to give her Sims more like Asian looking eyes, but it just doesn't look quite right on his eyes, so I'm not gonna do it. Then that is the hair that he had as a child. However, I kind of want to see if there's any hair that will give me the same gradient as Lilith's grown-up hair. This gradient, the pink to white like this, but I don't know if I have it. Oh man, I can't find any hair with the gradient, which is so annoying because I can't give him like Lilith's gradient-y kind of feature. Oh man, this is hard. I don't know whether to give him max brows as well. Those brows look a lot better, but there needs to be some Lilith here, you guys. I think I'm gonna go for like quite blonde hair because I feel like that's very Lilithy. So we at least should have blonde hair, you know? Okay, I've actually gone back to this hair because I feel like it's got a tiny bit of pink in the ends. That's literally the only reason. And then I think because of who his parents are, I do feel like he would have a few piercings, you guys. I'm just getting that vibe from him. I think he'd be down for a little cheeky piercing, you know? So I've popped a few little piercings in him. And I feel like he would definitely adopt a dress sense. Definitely at least inspired by his quite rocky sort of parents. So this is kind of, oh, I've just realized I haven't given him a name, have I? I don't have a name to base it on, but Lilith and Ryland. It's kind of hard. I'm just gonna have to kind of make this one up out of nowhere. Let's see what the game suggests. Meki, Maurice, Donnie, Clay. I could go for Clay. I can see him as a Clay. He literally is basically like, if you go to Ryland's face, I know he's wearing makeup here, but this is Ryland. And then this is his son. They are insanely similar, but just with a little bit of Lilybear's skin tone peppered in there. But other than that, they are super, super similar. Which means that I guess if Lilith did have a baby, I sort of feel like her genes apparently aren't very strong and will get swept away. Even though Max's are so strong, so that doesn't make much sense. But here we go. Here is Clay Griffith, the potential child that Ryland and Lilith could have had if they'd have stayed together. He's pretty. Like, you've got to give him that. He's a very pretty boy, isn't he? Okay, speaking of pretty boys, hey Akira, how are you doing, friendo? Beautiful. And then we've also got Abel. Oh my gosh, so cute and beautiful. How would their child look? And I think I'm gonna have to make you a young adult or else I won't be able to do it on you. What I think I'm gonna do is, I know we've done 2 girls already, but I think because these 2 are 2 boys, if I make a boy, it's just gonna look super, super similar to them. So I think what I'm gonna do instead is make a girl and see if their beautiful DNA, which works so well on a boy, how is it gonna look on a girl? Okay, she's not really how I was expecting her to look. Do I have to click tick? There we go. But okay. So let's have a look at the skin details. Oh, you've got the pink eyes, obviously. And your skin details are these Hydra ones, which I don't even think we can have on a girl. At least we can't have them when she's a child. So we're gonna instead have to look at what you've got, Akira. You've got the Lua one. Now, the thing is that I can put Lua on her. She's already got some on. But I'm kind of tempted to try with Abel's when she gets a little bit older, because we've had quite a lot of kids with this skin so far. But for now I don't mind. We can give her it for now, for sure. Man, she's kind of sick looking. I guess they're both very pasty guys, but she definitely looks a little bit ill, doesn't she? In fact, when I put this on her, it almost seems too strong. I'm gonna have to take it off. Wow, she's kind of strange looking. Okay, so we've got pink eyes from Abel, or we've got brown eyes from Akira. However, you guys, Max's eyes are genetic and are always passed on. So I'm gonna go ahead and give her those Maxi kind of eyes. Is it here? What kind are they? Abel baby, what eyes you got, love? Those ones there. Oh wow, the actual evil eyes. Abel's not evil though, guys. Don't even say such things. Okay, there we go. We've got Abel's eyes. I feel like she has to have the Abel eyes. Like, their genetic is gonna happen. Hair color, however, no way is she gonna have blonde hair coming from those 2. She's gonna have black hair. Like, for sure she's gonna have black hair. That's very messy hair. I'm kind kind of feeling shorter hair. Maybe it's just because they've both got short boys' hair though. That's covering her whole face though. Kind of want to give her this black hair. I need to give her black eyebrows too though. I have no idea how this child is gonna look when she grows up, you guys. I'm sort of scared. And Abel's dress sense is kind of super cash, I would say. But Akira is very into his fashion. So I feel like his daughter would also be super into her fashion as well. Oh my gosh, yes, this looks super cute. It's kind of a little bit darker and spookier like they are, but I sort of love it. She's kind of a little bit spooky looking, but I like her, I like her. Okay, I'm gonna call her Abby because it's like Akira, Abel. We're kind of going down the A route, aren't we? So let's see how little Abby is gonna look as a teenager. I have no idea what to expect here. Kapow! Okay, wow. Interesting, interesting. I'm not quite sure about this whole dress thing, but let's go and have a look what we can do with her. So I'm gonna see what Abel's skin details look like on her. He's got the Hydra one. Is there a girl version of Hydra? There is. Oh, wow. Okay. She's definitely got Abel's lips, hasn't she? Okay, she's looking more Abelified now. The alternative would be this one. Oh wow, she looks great with both though. Oh, it's kind of tough. I'm gonna leave it like this for now, and then at the end we can flick between the two and kind of decide for ourselves. Pop some little lasheroonies on her. I think I'm smiling because she's not the way I expected her to be at all. So that would be Abel's eyebrows on her, and Akira's eyebrows are... his might be that. Let me do a check. I think his are that though. They look super different on him though. Number 94. 94, where are you hiding? That is the same eyebrows on him. Okay, they look really angry on her, so I'm definitely gonna give her Max's eyebrows instead. Your lips are so big, my love. Like, look at them from the side. She's got a lot of Abel in her. I'm just putting it out there. I'm gonna give her Akira's little top liner, just so they've got something similar between the two of them. And I'm kind of vibing that Akira would kind of take her under his wing and make her super beautiful and amazing. It's just the kind of vibes I'm getting from him, you know? He'd be a kind of cool dad to have, apart from the point where you're like, realize you're never gonna be as good at makeup and styling as he is, and then you kind of feel a bit sad. Okay, she's looking super pretty already. Might give her a slightly open lip, like Lily Bear has. And then her hair. I'm kind of hating the hair it's given her, I'm not gonna lie. I'm quite liking that. Oh, she's cool looking, you guys. Okay, I wasn't sure at first, but I'm warming to her. Okay, I'm warming to her. Oh, she looks so fierce with a high ponytail. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm kind of loving just this beautiful sheet of gorgeous black hair too, though. It's hard. Everything looks amazing on her. That's Lilith's hair on her, but honestly, her forehead is a lot higher than Lilith's, which is a little interesting difference between Lilith and Abel that I probably would never even have noticed. Oh man, she is cool. She is actually so cool and beautiful and amazing. I'm kind of loving her. And I kind of want to give her like Akira's fashion, but on a girl. That's what I'm thinking. So it's kind of quite bold and quite out there. Let's see what I can do. Okay, I've kind of gone quite out there on her fashion sense. But you know, Akira's pretty out there. So I kind of feel like she would be too. I don't know, it's just the vibes that I'm getting. So this is Abby Villarreal. Well, she could be a Villarreal or she could be Mikitani. She could be either. She could be a double-barreled Villarreal, Mikitani, Villarreal. But this is what a daughter of Abel and Akira would look like. One last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to see how she would look with Akira's skin. Because I'm kind of getting very strong Abel vibes from her look. So it kind of makes... I kind of feel like we need to do that. I feel like we definitely need to do that. Because otherwise... I mean, she's lost a great pair of boobs as soon as you do that. Just putting it out there. Because look at the boob difference. Look at that. Her boobs are good like that. And then there's just no shading at all with this skin. But I feel like she needs that because otherwise there's just not enough Akira there for me. And that is how she would look. So guys, please give me your thoughts and opinions on our 4 Sims it could have been. We had a child that could have occurred between Emma and Jay. We had a child that could have occurred between James and Diya. We had a child that could have occurred between Lily Bear and Ryland. And we had a child that could have occurred between, well, it couldn't have occurred, but it would have been cool to see how it looked, between Abel and Akira. And I think both Abby and also Chloe Daisy are probably my favorites. But I'm also loving the spit of Ryland made into a child. I think that's hilarious. But Abby, for all her fierceness, I'm kind of loving her. You guys, let me know what you think of these in the comments below. Which one was your favorite? And if there's any of the Sims you kind of want to see, what could have been if we had decided to put them together? Let me know and I can do another one of these videos. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I'll see you in another video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. But